In a recent development, the Biafra government in exile Burgi continues to push for international recognition and support. The Chief of Staff, Dr. Ngozi Orabuiz, has just arrived in South Korea to represent Biafra at the 10th anniversary of the World Peace Summit 2024. Dr. Orabuiz was warmly welcomed by Jane Bay, Regional Director of IWPG, as she prepares to join global leaders in discussions about peace and freedom. This diplomatic mission is part of the Biafran government's ongoing efforts to garner international attention for their cause. While fighting for freedom from Nigeria, the Burgi is working to raise awareness about the plight of Biafrans on the global stage.
What the?
South Korea, the IWPG. Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Please. Thank you.
In related news, senior BRAGI officials met with prominent U.S. government figures in Washington, D.C., including Congressman Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House of Representatives, and Congressman Michael McCaul, Chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. These high-level meetings were facilitated by Marin Global Strategies, BRAGI's lobbying firm, signaling a growing international awareness of Biafra's struggle. BRAGI Minister of Finance Ogechukwu Kira recently held an in-depth meeting with Congressman John James RMI, Chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Africa Subcommittee. The discussion focused on the BRAGI, ongoing developments in Biafra, and the Biafran American community. Minister Ogechukwu also provided updates on the unjust imprisonment of Matsi Nnamdi Kanu, a key figure in the Biafran independence movement, and the push for a Biafran self-referendum. Congressman James, who plays an influential role in shaping U.S. foreign policy in Africa, displayed a deep understanding of the complex issues surrounding Nigeria and Biafra. He expressed empathy for the struggles of Nigerian Christians and the Biafran people, acknowledging their challenges. Congressman James has been a vocal advocate for persecuted Christians in Nigeria, and the BRAGI hopes he will extend his support to the Biafran cause as well. This meeting marks another key moment in BRAGI's growing diplomatic efforts.
The Biafran struggle for independence from Nigeria has deep historical roots. Since the 1967 to 1970 Nigerian Civil War, when the Republic of Biafra declared independence and was subsequently crushed by the Nigerian government, the Igbo people of southeastern Nigeria have continuously sought freedom from what they perceive as oppression and marginalization by the Nigerian state. Recent years have seen a resurgence of this agitation, spearheaded by the Biafra government in exile Burgi, led by Mazi Simon Ekpa. Through grassroots activism and diplomatic outreach, Biafran leaders are pushing for the right to self-determination. Biafra's grievances stem from political exclusion, economic disparity, and what they describe as cultural suppression under Nigerian rule. The BRGIA has made notable strides in gaining international attention. The 2024 World Peace Summit in South Korea is a significant step in the group's diplomatic agenda, where they hope to rally global support for their cause.
Last week, the Biafra Republic government in exile, BRAGI, sent a delegation to the Jerusalem prayer breakfast in New York. At the same time, their lobbying efforts in the U.S., with key meetings involving members of Congress, indicate a broadening of Biafra's international presence. These actions are aimed at legitimizing Biafra's quest for sovereignty on the global stage. However, Nigeria has maintained its stance that Biafra must remain part of the country, citing the unity and territorial integrity of the nation. Successive Nigerian governments have viewed the Biafran independence movement as a threat, leading to numerous clashes between the Nigerian military and pro-Biafra activists in recent years.
For Biafrans, the agitation is more than just a political movement. It is seen as a fight for survival and dignity. Many Biafrans believe they have been marginalized in Nigeria's political landscape, with inadequate representation and economic opportunities in their region. The ongoing campaign is not just for independence, but also for justice and equality, which they argue has long been denied to them. As diplomatic efforts like the World Peace Summit and engagements in Washington, D.C. continue, the world watches closely. How Biafra's case is handled may set a precedent for other self-determination movements globally, especially in Africa, where the issue of post-colonial borders and ethnic divisions remains a sensitive subject. The road to Biafran freedom remains long and uncertain, but with each diplomatic success, their cause gains momentum on the global stage. Subscribe to our channel for more.
Yes, lovely Biafrans. Keep your eyes on Biafran referendum. That is exactly what we are watching now. A very mighty update is coming to Biafrans, and it is our responsibility to make sure we bring the news to Biafrans all over the world. So, today, Biafrans, as you know, our Prime Minister and the Biafran government has issued sued the Nigerian government to court. Nigerian government failed to answer the call at the court. And here we are trying to explain to Biafrans things they should know in this Biafran referendum that is coming, Biafran declaration that is coming, things everybody must expect. There are a lot of things everybody must expect, and these are the things we want to bring to Biafrans. As the Biafran government sued Nigeria to African court, see the response. The Nigerian people think that they are in Nigeria, where they manipulate every other thing. So we want to let you know the latest update, and also to let Biafrans know that the war has just started. When the Biafran government sued Nigeria to the court, to African court, Nigerian government, let us read as it follows. The same manipulation Nigerian government used to do in Nigeria, they feel that they are above law. So they take law into their hand. Tinubu is above law. Abiola is above law. Abiola happens to become one of the members inside African court. Today, the news has come that Abiola has went to African court and they trash the submission Biafran government put inside the African court. And the PM just published this news now. Biafrans, join me, let us read. PM just released this message now. Say breaking. Press release. The Biafran government wants to officially inform the Biafran people and the world that the Nigerian representative Abiola Odowu Ojo profile attached. This is the person, Abiola. This is her profile, which is attached in this place. And a Yoruba Afonja at the African court has trashed the filing of the Biafran government. I hope you are understanding. This woman went there to African court and they trashed the peace accord inside African court. This development will definitely escalate the tension in the region. It is corruption and impunity taken to the highest level at the AU, taken to the highest level at the AU, African Union Organization, by the Nigerian terrorist state appointee. They appointed her and she went to African court. This is not a Yoruba land where they are burning our land, where they are destroying our houses. Rather, they went to African court and they tarnish and they trash the peace accord we laid inside African court. This woman went there and they trashed this message. Listen. Then PM here now is telling you that let's try to bring it as we always do. As we always do. In this place, this is the card which they use to trash it. And here now, PM said, the Biafran Prime Minister and the government that make up government, he says, this development will definitely escalate the tension in the region. It is corruption and impunity taken to the highest level at the AU by the Nigerian terrorist state appointee. We successfully filed the communication on the 23rd of May 2024 and on the 19th of June. We received a response that the communication will not be seized. African courts then send information to Biafran government that they receive the letter, and they says that this letter will not be seized because African courts want to respect the rule of law. Yet they don't have right to seize it. They will communicate. They said it will be communicated, will not be seized. Reason being the failure to comply with the rule. Law, you know, in this place we always talk about law, and the code number that made them to communicate Nigeria, and they said it will not be seized. This code number is on 115/2/2D. Inside this law, rule 115/2D of the 2020 rule of procedure. In this number, they don't have right to seize this submission, and they say they will not seize it. They will communicate Nigeria. When you check the rules of procedure, failure to comply with the rule 115/2D subsequently requires rule 115/4 to be fulfilled, and not the response we got. The response now has changed. Adola Afonja has went to African courts and trashed Biafran submission inside Organization of African Unity. Are you following us? Further investigation reveals that the secretary of the communication is a Nigerian, Adola Odowu Ojo, and has violated the rules of procedure of which she herself amended according to the Center of Human Rights at the University of Pretoria. She herself joined to amend this law. Are you getting it? You know, let us be telling Biafrans because of our time. Nigerian people, the same Yoruba, they went and they fight Amaka, thinking that they will subdue Amaka. Today, the communication they communicated, the Canadian government has escalated the news against Igbo people, which Nigeria has been manipulating on Igbo people. Now, this Adeola has went to African court. The law herself joined to amend that nobody should tamper with this law. She herself has fallen inside the hole which she dig. She fall on her own trap. Are you getting it? Because when you are now she has jumped inside her own trap. She herself amended with this law under human rights. Now, furthermore, we have further demanded an explanation. The Biafran government now is demanding an explanation why they should trash Biafran submission inside AU. Now, we have further demanded an explanation to how the procedure was not allowed according to the rules, and the commission never responded. She went and they take it away. Now, the game every one of us has been waiting for has come. That is what you have to know now. Now, we are also taking the matter up. The Biafran government now is telling you now that we are now taking the matter up. But we decided that it's necessary for the public to become aware of the corruption by the Nigerian representative. The Biafran government now said it is better for them to communicate to the public. You know, there is nothing we do in this government that is hidden. Everything we do is in the open. Now, we bring the news to you that Nigerian representative Adola has trashed a Biafran submission inside AU, African Union, without any reason. And the Biafran government now is demanding for Nigerian government to give them reason they should trash the submission. You understand now? And what are we trying to explain to Biafrans in this place? What we are explaining to Biafrans in this place is this thing. Number one now, if you want to catch a chicken, you pick a corn and you throw the corn near a room, near a house, or near a net. Then the chicken will eat the corn and go inside the net. You gingerly take the chicken. And if you want to catch a sheep, you hold the baby. Then the sheep has to come. That is what PM and the Biafran government did in this place. Now, Nigerian government and Nigerian representative in the name of Adola Odowu has violated the law which she herself joined to amend. Biafran government now demanded that Nigeria should write a reason of trashing the application. Are you getting it? The journey has just started. Now, the picture, according to how it has been presented, the picture you see in this place, let us show you according to how it comes. Now, number one, the profile picture. Number one, Adeola Odowu's profile, which is the one you are watching straight away in this place. Then, number two picture, her ruling on the filing of Biafran government. This is the paper she used to rule the trashing. This is the paper she used on the trashing, which we will go deep later. Then, number 3 and the 4 picture, the Biafran government response to her ruling, seeking clarification as her action has grossly violated the rules of procedure. This one, number 3 and 4, this one now came from Biafran government asking her that she must clarify the reason of trashing our submission inside AU. Then number 4 picture is this one, the signature from the bridge. This is the number 4th picture. So, lovely Biafrans, as we are going on, you know, we bring the news according to how we got it. This is the naked now. Then, the Biafran government now is saying the reason the Biafran government is doing this is to make sure we have used all remedies available as we approach December declaration. And the Biafran government that signed this government has communicated the Daily Post. They have communicated the Vanguard. They have communicated Mobile Punch. They have also communicated Premium Times. They have also communicated Guardian News Nigeria. They have also communicated the Nigerian news in order for them to know that Adola has automatically violated what they called international law. Then, Biafrans, this is the picture of Adola, the violator of African law. The violator of African law. Now, as we are trying to round up Biafrans, this woman joined to make a law inside AU, African Union. She herself went and violated the same law she made. Do you know one thing we are trying to bring to Biafrans now is that we know that Nigerians doesn't know anything concerning law. As we want to take it out, please, what you have to do is to make sure you share this message. Let this message circulate so that everybody that doesn't know about this violation will know instantly. Will know instantly that Nigeria has automatically violated African law. They have automatically violated African law.
Biafra News Update, bringing you the latest developments on the Biafra movement and related stories. Our top story today. The Biafra Republic government in Exarbergi, led by Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, has issued a detailed response to the recent call by the Nigerian army for intervention from Amnesty International and the International Criminal Court ICC.
Time must come, and that time is now. All the gree you are hearing since the amalgamation of the contraption called Nigeria, the time has come. If you want to go to Somalia, the time has come. If you want to look for anywhere you want to put your head to, the time has come. The Nigerian terrorist state that recruited terrorists inside the military has officially called on the ICC, International Criminal Court, to go after His Excellency, the Prime Minister, elected Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. So, Biafrans, what you have to know now is this, that the game have started. If you want to go to Somalia to fulfill the prophecy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, it have started. But let us tell you that in this place, we are not shaking. Nigerian government violated the Aburi Accord. When Ojukwu and the Gowon went to Ghana and they signed Aburi Accord, Nigerian government violated the law. Adeola has been used by Nigerian government as a representative to violate African law. Nigerian government recruited terrorists and put them army uniform that is going village to village, killing and raping, naming innocent people, burning down their houses and destroying their livelihood. That is what we are talking about. And Ojukwu, Owazurike, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, starting from when he was the spokesperson of Biafra up to when he is elected as the Prime Minister, has written to international community, the ICC, International Criminal Organization, and our thesis is there, right present on the table of ICC. That Nigerian government has been killing our people, doing and causing problem in Nigeria. They recruited Boko Haram and they give them uniform. The game have started. In case if you want to find your way to Somalia, it is time for you to buy your ticket to Somalia. Then we go on.
The BRGIA has raised significant concerns about the timing of this request, suggesting that it may be more than just a matter of insecurity in the southeast. According to the Bergi, the Nigerian government's sudden plea to these international bodies coincides with a growing wave of international support for the Biafran cause. One particular event stands out: a series of meetings between BRGIA officials and senior US representatives. Notably,
now, Biafrans, no matter how I'm getting strike here from this message I am giving, but I will deliver this message. Share the message. I will do this message again because strike is coming here now. Now, do you now see the importance of having the lobbies now? All this presentation you see in this place, this is the time. Everybody that wants Biafra to be realized and actualized, it is time you stand up. Now let us know if we can bring it back to the news. Listen again in case if you are just coming. PM says, the reason we are bringing this news to the public is for every Biafran, all lovers of freedom, to be alert and awake. The reason the Biafran government is doing this is to make sure we have used all remedies available as we approach December declaration. Please, if you ever think of being a free man, it is time you stand up. Your support financially is necessary. Your moral support is necessary. Any kind of contribution you want to give is necessary. The time is now. You'll be hearing about end time and the resurrection from death. It is now. The game have started. And there is no time better than this time we are now. We already have lobbies all over the world. Anywhere you see liaison office all over the world is being accepted as a Biafra. And that's why PM said in this place that we use all remedy available as we approach December 2nd declaration. International communities, Nigerian government have tried what they can and how they can, but unable to succeed. It is time for Biafrans to face whatever. It can never be bad than how it is now. It can never be worse than how it is now. Anything you begin to see from now till December 2nd and beyond is for the benefit of Biafra. Remember, if you want to grow any seed in this world, you must put the seed on the ground and the seed will die and germinate before it will begin to bear fruit. Biafrans has germinated. That is the message we want to drop to you. Then we have to go a little.
BRGIA Finance Minister Ogichukwu Kere and Director of Foreign Affairs in the USA, Adu Eze, have met with high-ranking US government officials, including a second historic meeting with the Speaker of the US House of Representatives, Congressman Mike Johnson. This meeting, following an earlier discussion on September 11, 2024, represents a significant diplomatic step for Biafra. It is unprecedented for the BRGIE to have this level of access to such a powerful figure, as Speaker Johnson is second in line to the US presidency after the Vice President. During the meeting, Ministers Kere and Adu Eze presented Speaker Johnson with the BRGIE Charter and a symbolic Biafra pin, which he proudly accepted.
The Breji believes that these diplomatic engagements may be causing concern within the Nigerian government, prompting it to seek the intervention of international bodies like Amnesty International and the ICC. The timing of this appeal...
The same Amnesty International and the International Human Rights Organization, the same, Biafrans, you know, all our lovely people is here in the comment section. We want to make it so that when you call this message, everybody will get to what we are doing. We are using our break time to do this now. Those that is just coming, please hit your hand on the like button, send information, and share to every platform where you are into. What is our topic? The world eyes on Biafran restoration. And the Nigerian government has fired the shot they think they have. The first shot they are firing, they used Amaka to tarnish the image of the Igbos, but the way Amaka survived, that is how Biafra is surviving. Now, Amaka is a figure and a celebrity in as much as Nigeria is concerned. She has been inside all media, all newspaper. Now, Biafrans, that thing they want to do to tarnish the image of the Biafrans and the Igbo people, later it backfires on them. Amaka is suing them now, claiming a lot of money. Now we continue. We want to read it again. A lot of people is here now. Listen, those that just arrived, listen. When the time the Biafran government, home and abroad, the bridge led by our Prime Minister, Obatobie Simon Ekpa, His Excellency, sued the Nigerian government to African court in Banji. The Banji court in African Union said that they are not going to seize the paper, the letter which the Biafran government wrote to Nigeria. They will communicate them because of law that guided that law. The code number was 115/2D. 115/2D. It is time now we will come to begin to quote law. And the letter read, breaking press release. The Biafran government wants to officially inform the Biafran people and the world that the Nigerian representative Abiola Odowu Ojo profile attached, which you are watching, and a Yoruba Afonja. Do you know the differences between Afonja and Yoruba people? Afonja are the people that is serving Usman Danfodio agenda. These are the Afonjas. We also have Ifajona. Opposite of Afonja is Ifajona. In case you don't know, you don't generate every Yoruba person as Afonja until they bring their leg out. So opposite of Afonja is Ifeajuna in Biafran land. You understand now? A Yoruba Afonja at the African court has trashed, you know the English we use here, trashed the filing of the Biafran government in EU. This woman trashed it. Now the case started now. Now the game started. We told you we've been building foundation all this while. Now, this development will definitely escalate the tension in the region. The Biafran government now is writing. Biafran government have their secretary, they have their lawyer, they have their judges. They said it will escalate tension in the region. It is corruption and impunity taken to highest level at EU by the Nigerian terrorist state appointee. It is a corruption and the impunity, abomination that you will go to a court. Do you know what is court? Do you know what is law? Law is above every creature in this world. God is law. The opposite of law is God. The opposite of God is law. God is law. Law is God. Obama or Trump, Biden, you are country president and you are country king. All of them is under a law. Are you trying to get me right now? Now, if you violate this code number 115/2D, you have violated the law of God because law is above every creature. Now, the Biafran government says this development will definitely escalate the tension in the region. You people should start now to see all this gutter media in Nigeria when they will begin to analyze. But Biafrans, each and every one of us should be to pay attention when they will begin to analyze. We are bringing the news, first-hand information. It is corruption and impunity taken to highest level at the EU by the Nigerian terrorist state appointee. The Nigerian terrorist state appointee, this is Adeola. Then we continue again. We successfully filed the communication on the 23rd of May. You know when it was made public, 2024. And on the 19th of June, what we are telling you, we tell you this is 555 Vision, Biafran Gospel. We quote everything inside law. Then the African Court, EU, African Union Court, received this document, this filing, on the 19th of June. May, June, after 1 month, they received it. And we received a response that the communication will not be seized. Do you remember when PM came and he said that African Court has communicated that they have received the filing, which is the letter which they wrote to Nigerian government. And what did they say? They say they are not going to seize that paper. Do you understand now? There is differences between government and the group. IPOB Nigeria, when you hear them, they say they went and they submit a document inside place because they are not a government. It will be seized and thrown inside the trash. Now, EU said they are not going to seize it. Reason being the failure to comply with the rule. Reasons they gave: failure to comply with the rule, which is now code number 115/2D of the 2020 rule of procedure. They said for them to respect this law, this code number, this code law, they are not going to seize the document because remember, Abaribe told them in the red chamber of the Senate that they told them this is government to government. That government to government is what reflects here. African Union said, because you are a government, we are not going to seize your document. And this law was passed 2020 rule of procedure. So nobody can violate this law. Now, when you check, Biafran government now is lamenting. They said, when you check the rule of procedure, failure to comply with the rule 115/2D subsequently requires rule of 115/4. Are you getting it now? 115/4 to be fulfilled, and not the response we got. We are waiting that they should respond with respecting a government, and not this kind of response we got now, that this woman have to trash it. Now, furthermore, further investigation reveals that the secretary of the commission is a Nigerian. The person you are watching now, Adola Oduwo Ojo, and has violated the rule, this rule of 115/2D. This woman has violated this law. She violated this law, this rule of procedure. She violated the rule of procedure, a law that has been passed in 2020, of which herself amended according to the Center of Human Rights at the University of Procedural. She herself joined to amend this law in 2020. Are you understanding? And she went and put her hand inside her sheet. Are you getting it? Now, Biafran government now is demanding. We have further demanded an explanation as to how the procedure was not allowed according to the rule, and the communication never responded according to the rule of 115/2D. Are you getting it? Now, we are also taking the matter up. Biafran government now is talking. They are saying, we are also taking the matter up, but we decided. You remember when we went to preach in this place, we tell Biafrans, stop running very, very fast. Sometimes you run, you hold break. Then we decided that it's necessary. Check the language of the government of Biafra. They will check left, right, and center. Then they said, it is necessary for the public to become aware of the corruption by the Nigerian representative, Adola Oduwo Ojo. Nigerian representative that trashed Biafran submission inside African court. Now, we repeat it again because we are on oath to serve Biafrans. Then the reason now, the Biafran government said, picture number 1, Adeola Odowu profile, the one you are watching, Center of Human Rights. Look at it here, human rights. Then number 2 picture you are seeing, this one now, her ruling on the file of Biafran government that made up of 40 states. Then, number 3 and the 4 picture, which is the one you are watching now, written number 3 and the 4, which is the one you are watching now. Look at it here now. The Biafran government response to her ruling, seeking clarification as her action has grossly violated the rule of procedure, which is 115/2D. Her action has violated it, and this is the number 2 of it. Are you seeing it? This is signature from the bridge. And the Biafran government goes front. They goes front to say that the reason the Biafran government is doing this is to make sure we have used all remedies available as we approach December declaration. I hope every Biafran has understand that we have delivered this message, and what we are doing here now is be at alert. The game have just started. We come here.
Raises questions. Why now? Could it be a direct response to the possibility that the US might formally recognize Biafra as a legitimate entity? Many observers note that the Nigerian army's request to Amnesty International, a human rights watchdog, might be viewed as a public relations move aimed at undermining the growing international support for Biafra. However, this strategy could backfire, as Amnesty International has documented a long history of human rights violations committed by the Nigerian army. By bringing the ICC into the equation, the Breji hopes that the focus will shift to the Nigerian army's abuses rather than the Biafran liberation movement. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa's government is urging the US and other international bodies to hold the Nigerian army accountable for its actions and to investigate the rights violations suffered by Biafrans under Nigerian rule. The Breji maintains that their pursuit of independence is lawful and aligned with the principles of the UN Charter on the right to self-determination.
In other news, the Biafra Republic government in exile has extended an open invitation to political elites from the southeast to attend its upcoming Declaration of Biafra Liberation Convention (DRIBC 2024), scheduled for November 29th to December 3rd, 2024 in Lahti, Finland. This historic event is expected to mark a turning point in the Biafran struggle for independence. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, in a statement released on his official X handle, formerly Twitter, expressed optimism about the convention, stating that it will solidify the restoration of Biafra's liberation. According to Ekpa, the convention will be a major step toward achieving the long-held dream of an independent Biafran state, free from the oppression and marginalization experienced under Nigerian rule. Ekpa highlighted the decades of injustice faced by Biafrans, including systemic violations of their rights and a lack of political and economic equity within Nigeria. He emphasized that the Biafra Liberation Convention will offer a platform for Biafrans to unite and move closer to actualizing their independence. He further stated, "On behalf of the Biafra government BRGIA, we are happy to invite you as a Biafran to the Declaration of the Restoration of Independence of Biafra Convention (DRIBC 2024), as all arrangements have been made by the Biafra government for participants that would join the event. The steps we are taking for the actualization of our independent state are in line with international law on human rights and self-determination. We are eager to welcome Biafrans from all walks of life as delegates at this landmark event in Finland. This convention aims to bring together Biafrans from the southeast and across the diaspora to unify their efforts toward independence. The BRGIA believes that this event will mark the beginning of a new chapter in the Biafran movement as they seek global recognition for their cause."
The Prime Minister also warned the politicians in Biafraland that they had a choice to remain in the land or to leave, a choice for a better future and a better system, or a choice for perpetual damage, a choice to be part of this history, or a choice to be the enemy of history. All these choices are before you today. If they thought Simon Ekpa entered the Biafra struggle like others, they should look around. He's not the same. He warned that he came prepared from birth for the freedom of the Biafran people. Finally, in related developments, a militant group known as the Rothweilers of Bikasi has issued a stern warning to the Nigerian government, particularly targeting President Bola Tinubu's administration. In a statement released on Friday, the group demanded immediate attention to their grievances, threatening to attack vital oil and gas infrastructure if their demands are not addressed. The group, led by figures such as General Godspower, also known as Border King, General Tingas, and Black General Obong Ekpi, accuses the Nigerian government of selling off their properties in the Bikasi Peninsula to Cameroon, stripping them of their rightful ownership. This issue, they claim, stems from the dubious and self-centered policies of the Nigerian government. They have warned that if their demands are not met, they will disrupt all business activities at the border, a move that could have significant economic implications.
This threat highlights the ongoing tensions in the Niger Delta region, where militant groups have historically taken up arms to fight for what they perceive as their rights and entitlements. As these events continue to unfold, the international community watches closely. The coming months are critical for the Biafran movement, the Nigerian government, and the broader geopolitical landscape in the region. That concludes today's bulletin. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more Biafra-related news and updates. Stay informed on the latest developments in the Biafran liberation movement and more stories shaping the future of the Southeast. Thank you for watching.
We in Finland know what it means to fight for your independence. We did it from 1939 to 1944. You are fighting for your independence. You're fighting for your rightful place with the West. I wish you
program 247. Okay. Biafran, this is attack. So Biafrans, lovely Biafrans, our way of broadcast will be more diplomatic.
We in Finland know what it means to fight for your independence. We did it from 1939 to 1944. You are fighting for your independence. You're fighting for your rightful place with the West. I wish you, Ukraine, the best of independence. Slava Ukraini.
Nations have a right to choose their own alliances. There are inalienable rights governments must protect. The rule of law must be cherished. Sovereignty and territorial integrity of all states must be respected.
The UN Charter and its principles of sovereignty, territorial integrity, human dignity, and the right to self-defense, these principles are universal and we must uphold them. International law must be protected always and everywhere, without any ambiguity, in Ukraine, in the Middle East, and everywhere in the world. This is our global responsibility. Everywhere, without any ambiguity, in Ukraine, in the Middle East, and everywhere in the world. This is
defend in Ukraine, in Biafra, everywhere in the world. And in the case we have just presented to you, have just said, and this is the judgment. The judgment is what you have just watched. You understand? So if you are afraid, Mazen Namde can say, try to buy your ticket. I know you have gotten your visa, and you buy your ticket now and begin to move to that place now, Somalia. So that is the very simple news. We have
integrity, human dignity, and the right to self-defense. These principles are universal and we must uphold them. International law must be protected always and everywhere, without any ambiguity, in Ukraine, in the Middle East, and everywhere in the world. This is our global responsibility.
Self-preservation must be protected at all costs. Today, the Biafra Liberation Army have neutralized dozens of these terrorists in our land, and we are proud of them. They will continue to go down. Our demand is very simple. Pull them out of Biafra land. Remove every checkpoint. If you do not dismantle all the checkpoints, they will continue to die. We will continue to excel. We will continue to deal with Nigeria, and Nigeria will never ever remain the same until Biafra exits from Nigeria. A government that uses violence will be responded with the same and equal measure of violence in self-defense. So I told them, oh my God, here is not taken. I will turn to a beast and Biafra will come. Nigeria has no rule of law. Their rule of law is gun and bullet. And we have...
So,
we in Finland.
So, Biafrans,
everywhere.
You see the picture here, that one that is red. These are evidences. And do you know why we do things like this? A picture speaks more than 1,000 words. The sea has a new challenge every now and then because the treasure is hidden in an open place. Ihe a na-achọ n'uko elu, ọ dị n'uko ala. Freedom is taken, freedom is not given, and what we understand, according to international law, Triple M agreed, 247 agreed, Sumudu agreed, Grace Onwobi agreed. Everybody that is here, we greet you. We are just trying to rush up now. Then, international law is what we are up to now. But do you know the kind of foundation Biafran has built? The foundation Biafran has built, if you didn't understand what PM said the other day, he said, up to this very moment, he doesn't have a mandate. But on the 2nd of December, when you make it to Finland and sign your signature, many of us, we have received all our tickets to Finland. Try to make sure you make it to Finland. And he says, inside all this thing that is happening, he said, if you make it to Finland and give him mandate, he said in this place, to respond in this place, he said, the reason the Biafran government is doing this is to make sure we have used all remedy, peaceful remedy, agitation remedy. When you carry flag, they will kill you. Every remedy asking Nigeria for peaceful exit, and they refused. Peaceful remedy available as we approach December 2nd declaration. This is what we have for now, the lovely Biafrans. We pray we have more time to serve Biafrans, at least like a 247, doing it every minute of the day. We are not stopping this program because what we can say has finished. We don't believe in that language that says, no. We are stopping this program because of our time. That is the only reason. If we go in to analyze these things, this picture you see here now, because one picture speaks 1,000 words. One picture. When we come to join Biafra, we studied what they call Baroko. I don't know the people that know the book that they study that is called Baroko. You study ancient histories, ancient math, and the drawings that it look differently. That one picture will give you a lot of image. That is what we know. That's why. Okay. That is why when we come, we tell you a picture speaks more than 1,000 words, or less if you don't have the EA to understand when a picture is sending information to you. So, lovely Biafrans, we love you. Because of time, we say we will return again. But bear it in mind, the game have just started. Nigeria have started to shoot. They shoot to international community. They shoot to ICC. Now they have destroyed themselves in Africa until 2nd of December declaration. Mandate will be given to PM. We know why we are. You see, first of all, now they already lose the code number 115/2D. Nigeria already lose it because they don't know how to read code number. Code number is what we will be concentrating to be preaching. And again, we will try to go inside this book. There are a lot of code number in that place. we will try to bring out again to make it large to the public in order for everyone to know how to tier a code number. When you tier code number, that's why PM studied international law. Then he know how to penetrate inside code. But only that we have a little privilege to open the book like this called code number. Then inspiration is what we are using to be doing what we are doing. But the Biafran government is there doing mighty. The game will start very, very fast, very, very fast. It have already started. And if you don't want to witness it, confirm your ticket to Somalia. Lovely Biafrans, thank you so much. We love you so much and are very happy serving